Welcome to the PS3 Collector. On this week's episode, we went to Canterbury in Kent. Now first up, we went to CEX. The store was well manned, clean and very well organised. The PS3 section, unfortunately, was not the biggest, but we did manage to find 6 games that we were interested in. Unfortunately though, when we took them to the counter, they only had manuals for 2 of them. Now first up was Blazing Angels, Squadrons of World War II. Now this is a fight combat video game that came out for Xbox, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 and the Wii, and was developed by Ubisoft. Now the game features 46 different World War II fighter planes and allows players to take part in several World War II events as a fictional squadron. The PlayStation 3 version came as a launch title in December 2006 for North America and March in 2007 for the rest of us. Next up was Need for Speed Rivals. Now Need for Speed Rivals is a 2013 racing video game published by EA and was the 20th instalment in the Need for Speed series. Rivals is the first cross-platform next-gen game to achieve a native 1080p across both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Unfortunately, the online services for Rivals shut down in October 2025, although the game currently continues to be playable offline. Now we paid £7 for these, and it takes us up to 488 games. Next up, we headed to Level Up Games in the heart of Canterbury. Level Up Games is a small retro game shop in Canterbury, but don't let the size of this shop fool you, as it is packed full of retro goodness. The owner Alex was very kind to open the shop out of hours to let us look around and film inside. He also gave us a very good price and chucked in a couple of freebies. He's very knowledgeable and you can tell he has a passion for his work. So let's get on to the pickups. So first up, we got Michael Jackson The Experience, which will be going straight on the shelf, never to be played. This is just not my type of game. Next up is Unreal Tournament 3. Now this is a first-person arena shooter game developed by Epic Games.
Well, this award goes to Epic Games! No, I'm joking. It's a joke. It goes to Blizzard. Well done, Blizzard.
Similar to its predecessors, the Unreal Tournament 3 is primarily an online multiplayer title. The game received positive reviews from critics and sold more than 1 million copies worldwide. Rocksmith 2014 is something I have no interest in, but it's needed for the collection. So enough said about this one. Now Dead Island Riptide, on the other hand, was a brilliant game. Riptide serves as a continuation of the story of 2011's Dead Island, with the original 4 survivors plus a new survivor arriving on another island in Benoit, which has also been overrun by zombies. I've played through this game 3 times and it is so much fun. Darksiders is a hack and slash adventure game, originally set in a modern day Earth. a war breaks out between heaven and hell. I've never played this game, but it's one I'm looking forward to giving a go. Defiance. Now this is a multiplayer online third-person shooter, not to be confused with the 1997 game of the same name. Defiance took place on a terraformed Earth several years into the future. It was a tie-in to the sci-fi show of the same name. The game was released in 2013. The Chronicles of Narnia: Prince Caspian is an action-adventure video game developed by Traveller Tales to coincide with the release of the film. It was released for the Nintendo DS, Xbox 360, PlayStation 2, Wii, Microsoft Windows and PlayStation 3. So saw a lot of releases. Star Trek is a third-person action adventure game. The game is set in the Star Trek Kelvin universe between the events of the film Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness, and follows the adventures of Captain James T. Kirk and the crew of the Starfleet starship USS Enterprise. Bit of a mouthful. The player takes control of either Kirk or First Officer Spock. Avatar the game is a 2009 third-person shooter action-adventure game based on the 2009 film. Avatar the game, which acts as a prequel to the film, features Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, Michelle Rodriguez and Giovanni Ribisi, who reprised their roles from the film. The online services for this game was shut down in August 2014. Legendary is a first-person shooter video game developed by Spark Unlimited and released in 2008. The game takes place in New York City and London. The protagonist is a professional thief named Charles Deckard, who is hired by a mysterious organisation known as the Black Order to steal an artefact from a New York museum which turns out to be the fabled Pandora's Box. Wheelman is an action-adventure video game. The game was released in 2009 and stars Vin Diesel. The game is set in an open world modelled after Barcelona. Tron Evolution is a 2010 action-adventure game published by Disney Interactive Studios. It serves as a tie-in to the 2010 film Tron Legacy, with the game taking place before the events of the film. We had to pick this one up as my son is a huge Tron fan.
Yeah.
Infamous. Now this is a 2009 action-adventure video game developed by Sucker Punch Productions and published by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PlayStation 3 exclusively. The player controls the protagonist Cole McGrath, a bike messenger caught in the centre of an explosion that devastates several city blocks of the fictional Empire City. Cole finds himself with new electricity-based superpowers and is given several opportunities to use these powers for good or evil in the game's karma system. On to Lost Planet 3. Now this is a third-person shooter action-adventure video game published by Capcom. A prequel, Lost Planet 3 takes place long before the first game, following the story of Jim Payton, revealing the events that led to the first game. Having played the first two games, I'm very interested to give this one a go. Remember Me is a 2013 action-adventure game, another by Capcom. The game's plot focuses on Nilin, a memory hunter working for an underground resistance called the Terrorists. When the game starts, she has been stripped of nearly all her memories by Mega Corporation Memorize. With the help of a mysterious man named Edge, she goes on to quest to find and bring down Memorize and recover her lost memories. This one looks very interesting and will definitely be giving this one a go. Now finally, a game I've seen twice with no manual, so I was very happy to get this one and will definitely be playing this one. Green Lantern. Green Lantern Rise of the Manhunters is an action game, the first based on DC Comics' Green Lantern. You take control of Hal Jordan and the power of his Green Lantern ring. Now I've not looked into this game too much as I've been looking forward to playing it and I don't really want any spoilers. Anyway, That finishes off the pickups from Level Up Games and brings up to 504 games, not far off halfway to a full PS3 UK PAL set. If you'd have enjoyed this week's episode and you would like to see more, then please consider hitting that subscribe button and tapping the thumbs up. It would be very much appreciated. Join us next time as the collection grows.